Hi y'all, Lori here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are watching episode 5 of Interview with the Vampire, a vile hunger for your hammering heart. And I'm really excited to watch this episode. I've been enjoying the show so far. Last episode we were officially introduced to Claudia with her Anne Frank meets Stephen King diaries, and even though I love Louis as our narrator and his romantic voice, I truly enjoyed Claudia's narration last episode. It was very funny yet dark and just a nice little change of pace for the show. I thought that it was a little bit traumatic, the stuff that we saw happening to her, being a child vampire forever, and then her getting older, wanting to start to date. She started going to Lover's Lane to hunt people with Lestat, but then she started seeing them engage in these activities where she's like, is my body ever gonna be able to do that as well? And then she meets Charlie, who she thinks is gonna be the love of her life, or at the very least is her first love. And just in the throes of passion, she ends up overindulging and killing him. And as if that's not traumatic enough, Lestat goes and forces her to watch his body burning. And I understand it's trying to teach her accountability in some ways, okay, yeah, you killed him and see what happens when you can't control yourself. But at the same time, it's no one really told her. And are you telling me that Lestat never made mistakes when he was an early vampire? Because I don't believe that. I feel like Lestat probably had way worse things happen, but he probably just didn't care as much. Whereas Claudia actually has a heart, so it's gut-wrenching for her. We also saw a little trouble, there's been a little trouble with Louis and Lestat's relationship prior to Claudia coming in, with everything with him and the female singer, and then when Louis hooked up with the soldier, and they've just been sort of at it. Louis sort of threatened to leave him, and then Claudia was this thing that has now brought them back together. So I wonder, now that Claudia is going through this phase of being unhappy, wanting more, I honestly don't see Lestat handling that very well. And I know that y'all in my comments hate when I hit on Lestat, and I'm sorry, free me. Maybe he will show me some more sides of him later on. I truly believe he loves Louis. He turned Claudia, for God's sake, and I think he only did that because of Louis. I'm not saying he doesn't love Louis, but I think that his love is can be very problematic at times. It definitely can be cruel, definitely can be harsh. And he's just an old vampire who's kind of evil. He takes joy in killing people in inhumane ways. He's just why, Louis, why do you care who we kill? Just be a monster, be the companion of my dark gift. And Louis is no, I only want to kill people if they deserve to be killed, if they're rapists or something. And he's I'd rather just eat a fish or a cat or something that's not human. And I truly applaud Louis for that. So yeah, I just wonder how all three of them are gonna mesh going forward as a family now that Claudia has left this phase where she's happy to be a kid. Because I think they were very much in the honeymoon phase of being a family, right? Claudia was just turned, she was still a child mentally, and then to her it was just learning about being a vampire. But now she has gotten into the routine of things are longer. She's older, but her body's still young, and she's trying to think of what's going to be the next phase for her. Whereas I don't think that Louis and Lestat are really thinking about things in that same way. So just curious to see how things are going to play out. I hope that her heart stops hurting soon, and hopefully we can get a little Claudia romance going. I know it's kind of weird because of her age, but she can probably find someone who's also a teenager, young adult-ish. Another Charlie who maybe she won't suck dry this time. That's actually terrible and dark to say, but yeah. So I'm really excited to see this next episode, and without further ado, let's get into the video.
Man with green vest, please no. Window washer, I can't die like this. Boy with inner tube and dog, let my dog live. Please no, please stop. Oh, here's a good one. Man in the last row of the Son of Chic picture show. You said you had cigarettes. It's a kill list
Yes,
in a teenager's handwriting.
the final words of her victims. The 42 pages, if I remember correctly.
School teacher, guard your heart. I'm trying to think of something more fucked up than this.
And how is your work any different? Or what do you think will happen to Mr. Dulac when you publish this book? When the other vampires of the world get their hands on it?
As long as they pay full freight.
They will scale the sides of this building and paint the walls with his blood. You are chronicling a suicide. Do not look down on Claudia. Look in the mirror.
Oof. Louis, I don't want you to die. I don't want him to come kill you. But I mean, maybe he's been in pain.
What's he taste like?
I didn't ask that.
You were thinking it.
Stay out of my head.
Honey and pineapple. He stuffs himself with both for days before he offers himself to me. Would you like to sample?
I'll wait till Dammit comes around again. I'm a savory man most days.
I wouldn't let you near my neck if you...
62.5 kilograms.
What?
Daniel here was wondering how much you weigh, Rashid, so I told
Stay
him.
out of my head.
On days, he's a plump 139. I believe he swims twice.
Refill. Louisiana is a closed record state. I can't browse the mortality data for 1923.
You wouldn't find the corroboration you were seeking even if you could. And a convention city is not motivated to advertise grim statistics.
Session 5, Louis de Pontelac.
For Claudia, all humans died with Charlie. As for scale, I was skeptical too. I thought she was on a hunger strike.
You break their wings and leave them in the room.
It's been months. What if you bring one of your kills into her room? We could tie him up next to the car.
She's not surviving on birds or nocturnals, Louis.
Oh, she's slowly starving herself.
I know what I'd do, but you've cut my hands off. My parenting is...
Sadistic. She's in there because of you.
Ça suffit!
But you made her watch her burning boyfriend. I mean, she killed the boyfriend. He made her watch. Ooh. See, she's not here.
She's dining out, as I said she was.
Don't do that. It's private.
Dear diary, am I gonna be a virgin every single time I do it? Won't my skin down there grow back like my hair does when I cut it?
Jesus.
I couldn't hear you over the tugboat.
What night is it?
January 5th.
I thought it would be summer.
That's so interesting. I never thought about it, but I suppose I would rather die in summer too. Yeah. Like, who wants to die in the winter when it's cold and grim?
This ain't for me.
A whole lot of concern's been wasted on you these past months.
You run my...
All of it.
Whole family, half a parade. What did you do with them, Claudia? Where are the bodies?
Where are they?
You gonna let him do this to me?
I read some passages out loud. Hurtful words for both your guardians.
And the bodies are just pretend.
Stop lying, Claudia.
Bad dog, okay? Nothing out there for miles. No one's ever gonna find them. Never gonna forget what happened here. I hate you both.
We're out of town.
What happens when the next storm comes out the Gulf?
All the bodies are gonna come up.
The Christian ran to Atlanta.
That's a real speakeasy. The whole sentence for the password.
And when you have been tapped on the shoulder from Baton Rouge,
More money?
it's always a straight line with you, Louis. I am asking for your and Mr. Leon Core's support in my campaign for the Louisiana House of Representatives.
A grubby business politics.
Oh, it's devoid of dignity. But there's one of those temperance fart knockers running again. And well, look at us. A city of 1,000 saloons shamed into the shadows.
That's prohibition for you.
Maybe I should buy him around. Ask him why there's double the cops walking the quarter lately.
A recent unpleasantness in the Ninth Ward, the floaters.
I read about that in the papers. 6 bodies, was it?
Try 50 cent. Must have drowned in the hurricane. First words out of my mouth when I got the call. Every single one of those corpses has some soft part of it lopped off. Finger here, a foot there, a toe. Hell, one poor woman was missing her left. Only the left. Don't be shy. Go on ahead. Just take the whole set. Most of the poor fools they hooked out of the bayou were former inhabitants of the quarter. Don't be too startled if the police come knocking on your door. Routine look-see.
You didn't invite us here for a campaign donation, now did you, Tom?
They told you to get out of the house so they can go search your house.
One each.
Good evening, sirs. My name is Deputy Havisham.
Why would you enter my house without me?
Explain your presence in it.
Well, we've had a few citizens go missing. We're going door to door looking for malefactors lurking about.
I was in the middle of cleaning when they knocked.
They?
Oh, I have a few deputies searching the premises.
Why don't you finish your chores upstairs, young lady?
Deputy Havisham! Found this, sir!
What is it?
It's an incinerator.
We sell incinerators.
You don't. Ah! Why is there a finger right there?
Where garbage collects, rats congregate, infection breeds a problem.
And we bring our clients here to demonstrate the product.
Oh, she's just drunk as hell. Oh, he's still alive. She's wheezing.
This one's locked, sir.
It's my daughter's room.
What are you waiting for? Knock it down.
Oh, I'm getting ready for bed.
I will refrain from contacting the Child Welfare League, but I don't like what I've seen.
We'll make sure Police Chief Bardeen is informed how his men conducted themselves in the home of law-abiding, tax-paying citizens.
No, I'd add a second bed to the boudoir before you two go making accusations. Crimes against nature, that comes with a 5-year prison term if convicted.
Don't be homophobic, you little.
We'll be watching you, Mr. Dulac, Mr. Lee Court.
Have you lost your goddamn mind?
Souvenirs.
Overnight in a jail cell.
We did not bring souvenirs into the house.
all be dead by morning.
Of course, that's
So
what she
much
wants.
wine in his blood.
You wanted her. You fixed her.
Doing this together.
Do you remember our life? How happy we were before her?
Happy? We were not happy.
Who am I supposed to love? You two have each other. Who's my Lestat? Who's my Louis?
Exactly.
Not human. What human would want me? Perverts? Like the uncle at the rooming house who used to watch me pee? Or little boy? In 40 years from now? 2 little boys? How are you gonna fix it, huh? Which one are you gonna fuck me?
You're not my type, but I like a fuller figure.
Stop.
She's being impossible.
Why can't I make one? No matter how much blood I give them.
What is this? Look at me. What have you done?
No.
Did you try to make another?
Boy from Ponchatoula, boy from Holly Grove, boy with the bow tie out in Algiers.
How'd you figure this was gonna go?
You just make one of them.
Because you turned out so well.
I'm gonna go out there and find other vampires.
They would shred you to strips. Because you are a mistake.
How about you shut the fuck up?
He treats us like shit and you take him. And you cruel as the devil ever made to refuse me one love when you've got 2.
What did you mean too?
Black girl down in Algiers sings torch songs with a flat no nothing ass. Been following you, Uncle Les.
I didn't know nothing
You've
else.
been your careful self. He's gotten tired of us, Daddy Lou. The housewife and the mistake.
Not the housewife and the mistake. Yeah, introducing Claudia into all this is just so messy.
I don't know if you remember.
Antoinette.
I'll kill her soon.
Sure.
Don't run off. I know we made some.
Mistakes? I remember the night I was made, the fire choking me. You carried me out through the flame and the smokes. But then why'd you take me home? Why not a hospital?
Barely breathe.
But I was breathing.
Aw.
Maybe I'd have a handsome husband by now. Maybe he'd be plain but with a good disposition. Making dinners, nursing babies. Maybe I'd go to church. You think on that song.
She's mourning her human life, but she's never gonna get to grow.
What words were there? It all happened so fast. I was trying to save you. All vampires are born out of trauma. We made her out of remorse, out of selfishness.
Poor dear. She wasn't held enough in between ritualistic murders. I also think she makes you and Frenchie look like a couple of whiny existential queens.
I won't have her exploited.
Won't matter what your intentions are. It's the world out there now. She's the single shooter Xbox mouth breather shit they crave.
You can put the diaries in a proper context.
Warn the world about a forthcoming apocalypse. Maybe inspire a line of sexy Claudia Halloween costumes. Cool dismemberment trend amongst the suburban Sylvia Plath set. Once you put it out there, they decide what it is.
That's true. You can't always control the narrative.
Keep reading. Keep talking. Claudia's night rambles had exposed us.
Assume we are under suspicion. Assume our finances no longer provide us protection.
Nikki kills outside the city. One a night. No persons of note. Unfortunates, undesirables.
No more incinerator. New locks on the doors. Shutter the windows. No parties. Friends.
But her absence would lay bare who we were without her.
We should leave the city. Start anew. New York. Chicago. We should dismantle her room.
You don't touch her room.
They go, I know it's a coffin, but they go to bed with shoes.
No, she won't.
There would be no roaring 20s for us. We would be underground for 7 years.
Trying to keep it low key.
Emotionally, I was vacant. I longed for Claudia. I ached for her. I walked the streets of New Orleans, sending out telepathic thoughts of remorse in every direction. But she had shut her mind off to me for some time then. And so I was left to revisit old haunts, desperate for connection.
Oh, that used to be his club, right?
Claudia, come home. I know I hurt you. I know I can make it right again.
Little girl, I'm talking to you.
I don't talk to strangers.
Now, what were you doing in the library? You're not allowed in there.
My mama works here. She cleans classrooms. I read while she's cleaning.
You can read.
Ugh. Kill him.
So I can kill him.
Just as I thought. A little thief coming with me.
What are you gonna do after that? After you turn her in, after it makes you feel like a big man, what's your next move, you think?
You are not allowed to ride one of those things on campus.
You can't read, I can't ride. This guy knows all the rules.
This is our school. Where is your fighting pride?
You hungry?
As the depression set in on the nation, I barricaded myself, educating myself from Lestat's library.
Not they became hoarders.
Of the role Claudia once mocked me for, the unhappy housewife.
Louis Armstrong's in town tonight. Playing at the Pelican. Should we make it a night of the two Louis?
The absence of metaphor is so striking.
You sound like every pompous Sorbonne student I've ever eaten.
He was eating.
Should I do like you instead? Read the first 10 pages of every book? Pass myself off as cultured?
Well, at least you're listening. I sit there thinking like yourself on fire. See if you would notice.
All this arguing. Am I just arguing for eternity? Jesus.
It's your fault she's gone. If you hadn't pushed her,
Claudia.
you hadn't done yet.
Claudia. I cannot listen to this insanity about Claudia one more time. Il me chie dans la main jusqu'au cadenas.
I took an unsavory delight in provoking Lestat, but it was a cheap satisfaction. As the tourist carriages rode by, whispering tales of the weird brothers who encamped inside.
I work for Mr. Henry Ford in Detroit. Sent about 20 of us over to a place called Copenhagen. Met my maker walking the harbor one evening. Trouble punching the clock after that.
How'd you get back home?
Faked my own death. Got to hear my own funeral.
Nah.
No lie.
What was he like? Your maker?
Strange. European. We didn't get on much.
You and I running from the same thing then?
I just calling out your name every night. Is that Louis?
You heard his voice?
I thought I was the only one stateside. Then I heard him calling out, Claudia, I'm sorry. Claudia, come back.
It ain't like that. He's more like a dad.
I thought, oh, now there's 3 of us. Got me wondering what it'd be like. Ride with others.
A little gang of Vance.
Little fang gang.
You got a name?
Parents named me Bruce.
You don't kill like a Bruce.
What is a Bruce killer?
You kill like a killer.
You like books, right? I got a book. You're welcome to it. Got it off a girl a little older than you.
Why'd you laugh like that?
Not the kind of book I'd read. Thanks, killer.
There's good things in that book. How to be a nice young lady.
I managed just fine.
He was a bit sloppy out in Jefferson City.
How long you been
You
from?
shouldn't dump bodies in the Missouri, even if you weigh them down with rocks. I find you build a shallow grave, burns fast.
How long you been?
About 5, 6 colleges or so.
How'd you do it?
I had good ears when I was alive. Got great ears now. Heard your name in the air. Something about the way it sounded. Claudia. How old are you, Claudia?
104.
What was that a fondness for older women?
You're getting a little close there, Bruce.
Oh my god!
Are being rude!
I hate the fact that Lestat was right, because it says that the other vampires are not gonna be good.
Courtesy demands that you shall show neither annoyance nor disappointment, no matter what happens.
There are 4 pages torn out.
I will not exploit her.
She tear them out? Doesn't seem like something she would do.
It's clear what happened.
And she wrote about it, and I'd like to read it.
No.
When you do that, Louis, when you editorialize, however noble the reasoning, it calls into question the other shit you're shoveling my way. Bruce walked back from the fire and leaned down over me and torn out pages.
Don't ask again.
Mr. Dulac occasionally finds it difficult to talk about Claudia.
No shit.
Mr. Dulac would like to apologize. Continue with the interview if you are in.
Good for you. Good for you. Because don't do that to my body. Like, I'm not even controlling my own body anymore. I'm already dying of some disease. Slowly.
Still recording.
Keep going. Poor Claudia, though. Ew! There's rats rustling on the bed.
Housekeeping staff of Vanderbilt University tried to rouse students who appeared to have fallen asleep at their studies, only to discover that they were, in fact, deceased. Similar incidents have been recorded at the College of Charleston, Lincoln University, in Jefferson City.
That is not listening. He's looking at that woman.
It could be her.
He's not listening to you, Louis.
But I am the one who is presently standing in front of you.
He's such a jealous little...
I am a full-blooded adult, with all the right appendages. So if my considerables continue to be squandered.
Close proximity. Cause of death remains under investigation.
Why do you think it was Claudia? He's really the mama.
Sitting on the same balcony where you used to write. I'll sit here forever, looking down both ends of Royale Street.
Wait, is she tied up? Like...
Waiting for your return, for your forgiveness. Sorry, no, it's good to hear your voice. Yeah, I can meet you.
Oh, his sister.
We're headed north. Crash, clean us out. And don't offer. Because I'm not asking. Levy found some work near Boston. We feel blessed for the work.
You look good.
Don't need that either, Louis. Whoever you are that took my Louis.
It's me, Grace.
I sat across the dinner table from him my whole life. The pews in St. Augustine's on Sunday. Hid my 4th grade report card on purpose. Because his was so bad and he didn't want our parents to find out. You're not my Louis. You can't be.
Oh, she made it great for him too.
I prayed myself old, thinking what to do about you. God never talked back, so this is how it has to be. For me. For my family. You understand?
I spend time following Louis and Lestat now that I am my own woman, with no obvious sense of why I follow them, other than meaning slowly disintegrates without them, my companions in immortality. But today at the cemetery, I finally understood something so obvious, which I pondered for a decade, why they made me to be Louis' sister.
Imagine your sister just saying like, you're dead to me. I've made a grave for you. And I get it, like, she's just making new life for herself. But... oh, she came back.
Thank you.
Jealousy. He does not want you back. Look at the face. Like, I'm just such a sweet reading.
I've come to apologize. I put you both in a bad spot. I wasn't right in my head. I am now.
Apology not accepted.
Oh, let's start. Don't be a bad sport.
Summa cum, Phi Beta Kappa.
I've read a lot of books. Started with Persia and Babylon, the old gods who long for blood. A lot of those popcorn, but few old tomes. A Romanian tract on vampires, Massacatione Mortorum, the true and dead. I plan to leave for that part of the world as soon as I can.
Quick stop home to do laundry before you fuck off for good.
A quick stop to pick up Louis.
He's not going to be happy with that.
Perused a few folklore anthologies. You're going to cross the ocean and take on a society of monsters.
What I've read is lies, then tell me what's true.
He uses his knowledge as power. He's not going to tell you about, like...
7 years and what's changed other than you need a housekeeper?
The vampires out there are vicious. Oh, but you've learned that already. Who did you meet out there in the American hinterland? Reed turned away.
That's it, keep him scared, that's his way. But I think he's scared.
I never asked, how did Charlie taste? Like the love you'll never really know? She was a destitute little girl, destined to live an inconsequential little life.
And we took it from her. We cursed her.
Come with me.
Lou.
I thought I could live without you, but I was wrong.
Louis! Louis!
His love is a small box he keeps you in.
That's that one, no one.
Please come with me. Let's be vampires worthy of your love.
Get the fuck off!
Control yourself.
Get back, Claudia. It's okay. Doctor.
Dadaloo.
It's okay. We're done.
I'm out of here.
It's over. Stay where you are, okay? Yeah. You just... need a moment here.
I fought myself a million times, fought my nature, controlled my temper. I never once harmed you.
Oh my god.
His Uncle Les now, suddenly.
Let him go. It's me you want.
Listen to me. It was never you.
It was never her he wanted.
I chose you. I have waited, Louis. I have patiently waited in vain for you to love me as I love you. Just say it. Say at the start, I am never going to love you. It would help me a great deal to hear that from your lips. Your quivering, hateful lips. Let go of me. Anything for you.
Oh my god, no! Guys, I just have to say this show is not a romance. Let's end it there. Let's stop calling it romantic, I think, because there was nothing romantic about that. Like, I look-y feel like I'm going to cry. Wow, I can't believe that just happened. I mean, I get it, like, Louis has been sad all this time, just talking about Claudia, and then the moment Claudia comes in, he's actually thinking about leaving with her, or at least Lestat thinks he's thinking about leaving with her because he's listening to her. And Lestat is like, after I turned you, after I did all this for you, you're just going to leave me for her, which is like his biggest nightmare or biggest insecurity. But like, what the fuck? He held him, like his hands, his fingers were in Louis' throat. He was pulling his head like that. Like a rag doll, like, you know, like a little baby dragging their teddy on the floor. It was that, but like his hands were in his neck. That is crazy. Oh my god. At least I think they need a break. Like, there's no way they can be together for now. Like, what the fuck is that? Whoa. Like, I think that even just took away everything else that we saw. All that Claudia just went through with that insane Bruce vampire of a guy who was literally chasing her, like following her, what did he say, across like 5 universities. I also think that was kind of dumb of her. Like, I guess she was going there to like study and stuff, but like if you're going to the universities to study, you don't need to kill the college students, like kill outside of the college, you know what I mean? I suppose it helped like Louis sort of track and know that she was still alive, but damn, I don't even have a lot of things to say. That episode was just, it was heavy. I actually felt like I was about to cry. I guess the point is to show that there's a lot of evil there, and there's a lot of pain in being a vampire. I think actually Louis said that like all vampires are born out of trauma. And I'm seeing that. I don't think it's just about in your creation. Even if your creation into becoming a vampire is not traumatic, clearly just the experience of being one is. Because that Bruce guy was terrible. If we're to believe Lestat, pretty much all vampires, like the older ones in Europe, are also terrible. I don't really know where we're gonna go from here. I am happy to see Claudia and Louis reunited though. And I'm happy that Claudia didn't just come back to them for protection. Because at first I thought the story was going to be, you know, she's with that guy, he takes advantage of her. And then once she escapes and finds her way back, she comes back to Louis and Lestat. But it's not really like she wants to be there, but more so that she needs that protection when she realizes that like, oh, the world is actually scary and there's other vampires out there that could be like evil. She realizes that like, oh, I have to come back. But that's not what did it. She came back because she realized that like Louis actually loves her and Louis is her companion. Obviously her companion in a platonic sense, but they're still platonic. They're still companions. They can be each other's like ride or die through eternity, right? And that's why she comes back for Louis. She's like, let's go off together. Let's leave this hatefulness. Let's be vampires worthy of Louis' love. Because that's the whole point. Like, Lestat keeps on talking about how, like, oh, do you still love me? Oh, I need to know that you love me outside of everything. But Louis wants to be good. At the core of everything, that's Louis' struggle. He wants to be good. He doesn't want to be killing people and doing all these things and making fun of people's deaths and delighting in these elaborate, long kills. He just wants to be good. And he recognizes that, okay, I'm immortal, but I don't have to delight in the sadistic, right? And I think that that's just like where him and Lestat are obviously not matching. Like they love each other, but Lestat is looking for someone who's going to share in his darkness, and Louis doesn't want to be dark. So like Claudia comes back and she's like, okay, let's go off together. Let's do things. Let's live the way you want to live, Louis, and like be each other's companions, find other people like us, find our place in this world and all of this. But once Lestat hears this, it's just like bells, bells, bells. They're gonna leave me. They're gonna leave me. I'm gonna be alone. I'm losing Louis. I'm losing Louis to Claudia. And he lost it. And I genuinely don't think that he could come back from it. Like he made this whole thing about how like, oh, I've been trying to be so patient. I haven't wanted to lose my temper or do anything. And what do you call what you just did? Like, that is not just losing your temper. Like, that is a freak out of all freak outs just for at the thought that your companion might leave you. And now you've officially lost your companion for sure. Like, you just didn't want it to be him leaving you. So you've acted out, and then now obviously he's still not going to be with you. But it can now be like, oh, it's because of this thing I did, not because, like, he just didn't want me. So I think that's all really crazy. Honestly, I think I don't have a lot to say. Even though I say as I just finished talking forever. But I don't have a lot more to say because that last scene really just shook me up. Like, it really shook me up. I think that like abuse, things like that can never coexist in love, which is why I'm so like, I don't really want to say that it's love. And yes, I know that like there's been signs like in the episode where he hooked up with that soldier and like he couldn't get the narration right. So there's signs that like maybe Louis isn't remembering things exactly as they happened potentially. But in any case, if your partner is ready to throw blows and fucking drop you from the sky, like there's no misremembering. Like, you remember he dropped you. So yeah, I just can't be Team Lestat right now. Maybe someone else will change my mind, but you guys are capping for him in the comments. I don't see it. I just don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. Right now, he's looking scary. scary. But yeah, so I can't wait for the next episode though. Let's see where things go from here, how they build. I just realized there's only 7 episodes this season. I don't know why I thought it would be like 10 or maybe even 8. Like, but who does 7 episodes? So anyway, we have 2 episodes left. I wonder what they do for the finale. I'm excited to see. And if you've watched this far, like, can you subscribe? Why are you here if you're not subscribed? Well, no, don't leave, but please also subscribe. And please like, share, comment. Let me know your thoughts. Also, let me know if you have any suggestions of new shows for me to watch. I'm going to be starting Penguin if that hasn't come out before this. I film both on the same day. And I also think I'm going to be starting movie reactions maybe. Y'all let me know what you think. But I think that maybe like I could do like 1 movie a month. Just like watch some new things. Obviously with the shows, you know, they keep going, but they're pretty long. Like you have to get through a whole season before you can add something on. But if I have like a slot for a movie every week, every month, like it could work too. But let me know if you guys want to see me react to movies. And if you do, suggest some. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week. Love you.